that I've not maybe from the parts I've not talked about in this class. So we'll be able to talk about it and we'll be able to explain them. Then from there, I think we can now stand alone, at least be able to say we know one or two things that we can say, and we can use that knowledge too in trading or in trying to do one or two stuffs. So yeah. So if you have any question while the class is ongoing, you can just use the chat box to comment, and so that I'll be able to answer your question. Okay, so today we'll start from okay, yeah. Today we'll talk about how to earn outside trading. So to earn cryptocurrency doesn't end at you trading or buying a coin or selling a coin. There are also various ways in which you can earn different coin, and through that you'll be able to use that to be able to trade. Or let's say you have a very, very low trading capital, you can try to use some of these methods to be able to gain more coin, and through that you'll be able to trade, like you'll be able to build your portfolio and be able to have more capital. So before now, when cryptocurrency was still very, very early, some of these methods works some of them work very well in such a way that people are able to harness them and able to get the best out of it. So for example, like airdrop now, I can remember 2016, 2017, it was very, very easy to get Ethereum, especially because a lot of projects were being built on Ethereum then. So what you just need to do is, any new project that is coming out, you tell guys to fill form. So you just fill a form and put your wallet address, and then from there they send you the coin. So when they send you the coin becomes tradable on. Then the decentralized exchange we used then was Ether Delta. I think it's still very much available now. So you convert whatever coin you have, then you convert it to Ethereum, and then you'll be able to sell it for good money. Then Ethereum was still something around $200, $300, and people make as much as possible from those airdrops. I can remember one airdrop, although I sold it very early. I think I got 38,000 from that airdrop, but that airdrop later went on to something around 1.2, 1.4 million. Yeah, so it was something around that, and a lot of people were able to use multiple wallets and able to get more than possible. But right now, some of those things have changed and they've taken new form. And so some of those ways in which you can earn some of these things before now doesn't work the same way now. Before now, there was a point where you can mine some certain coin, like easily mine them. The only thing you just need to do is probably download a particular app, just like this Pi mining. So what you just need to do is probably download a particular app, and then you'll be able to mine the coin. But some of those things don't work these days again. A lot of times I see people sharing these Telegram robot links. But all those Telegram robot links, they don't work again. There's no way. It's very rare for you to see an authentic or legit airdrop right now that will tell you to go through Telegram airdrop. No, they go through other means, various other means. So I think this particular class will equip us with knowledge on how to get coin outside trading. So well, earning outside crypto is not only limited to crypto. You can earn crypto through various means, totally different from crypto trading. So one of those ways in which you can earn cryptocurrency is through IEO, IDO, LaunchPad. So let me explain. So before now, it wasn't IEO, IDO. Before now, it was ICO. So the way they call it, it is called initial coin offering. So I don't know, probably for those of us that have an idea of how it works in the economic sector, like in the finance sector now, there is something called IPO, initial public offering. So where when a particular coin is trying to get listed on stock exchange, they create a public offering whereby people are able to, they call it pre-sale sometimes, whereby people are able to buy their coin at a very, very low value, a very, very low price. They give certain people certain access to be able to buy their coin at a very, very cheap price. And then when they get listed to the public. So people that were able to buy it at the beginning would be able to sell it at that particular point in time, or in some cases, they might put a vesting period. So a vesting period will be a period whereby, so let's say you got a coin now, you got 100 of a coin now. So they can tell you that you only get 20% of that coin unlocked right now, immediately. And then the remaining 80 will be unlocked. Maybe they can create a schedule of, let's say, a year or 12 years or 6 years, as the case may be. So they unlock the same, the remaining 80%, maybe 20% over a year. So that means at the end of 4 years, that's when you'll be able to get your coin 100%. So these are some of the means through which some of this coin gets launched during the early days. So what you just need to do is they create a launch. So before the time of launch, there will be a particular contract address, a particular address that you send Ethereum. Then it was Ethereum that you send Ethereum to, and after you've been able to access that, you'll be able to send your Ethereum based on the price. So there will be a minimum price. So after that has been done, they get listed. So during the listing date, they allocate people's coin based on the amount they've sent. So they allocate it, they send it to them, and then they get listed on an exchange. But what happened during the ICO era was that a lot of scam projects start entering the market. I think one of those things that caused 2017, 2018 crypto market fall was because a lot of coin then were just easily creating ICO, collect people's money. Some of them don't get traded on an exchange, and that is how the money is missing. Like they scam people of their money, the money is gone. Because before you'll be able to sell off your coin for another coin or be able to exchange it, it has to be listed on an exchange site. And there was no decentralized exchange as easy as it is right now. Then the only option you have then was Delta. And we don't have a lot of smart amount of chains that we have now. The only option we have then was the only chain that people were building projects on then was Ethereum. So it was only Ethereum. A lot of the known projects we have now, a lot of them started as ICO. I think BNB started as an ICO. Tron started as an ICO too. A lot of all those coins started as an ICO before they were able to move out. So yeah, as I was explaining, so we found out that a lot of this coin, they ended up as being scam coin, and they ended up getting people's money. So when people deposit into the contract, and the next thing you hear is the project has folded up or the project has dropped, and the coin you just have the coin in your wallet. It will be useless because there won't be any means in which you can exchange that coin. So exchange site now found a way around this, that since a lot of projects, a lot of people actually want to be able to get in early and buy a lot of coin at a very, very cheap price. So exchange sites are now presenting an opportunity to be able to get some of this coin. That is where IEO comes in play. That's initial exchange offering. So a particular project, they have an agreement with an exchange site. An exchange site, let's say for example, Binance now. So they have an agreement on Binance. They give Binance a particular percent of their coin that they want to sell off at a pre-sale value. So they give Binance, and immediately the pre-sale is done, immediately the pre-sale is over, they get listed on Binance immediately. So you don't need to go through the hassle of trying to wait for the project to get listed on an exchange. They get listed on that particular exchange immediately. So this is like an easiest, it is like a very, very easy means for some of these projects to get started. So that is how IEO comes in play. So we have IEO, which is initial exchange offering, and some of the projects that have come out from IEO, a lot of them are doing very, very well. We have BitTorrent, that's BIT. BTT now. BTT started as an IEO on Binance Exchange. Also, Matic Polygon It was Polygon. I think it was Matic then. Yes, they just changed it to Polygon. So Matic started as an IEO on Binance, same as Sand, AXS, that's Axie Infinity. I think Aave Ghost also started as an IEO on Binance, and a whole lot of others. We have SRM on FTX. It started as an initial exchange offering. We have a whole lot of initial exchange offering happening. So the way in which some of these things happen is that so because you are using Binance or FTX, you have to have the ecosystem coin or the exchange coin of that particular exchange you want to participate in the launchpad or IEO, as the case may be. Sometimes they call it launchpad, sometimes they call it IEO. So you have to own the coin. So for in Binance case now, before you be able to participate in their IEO, they've before now they have different rules that they've used over time. But right now, the current rule they are using right now is for you to have, regardless of the amount of BNB you are having at that particular point in time, you just need to have that BNB in your wallet, in your spot wallet, for a particular amount of time. A lot of times it's always 7 days. So you need to have the coin in your wallet. You need to have BNB in your wallet for 7 days. And when the 7 days has reached, they will inform you to lock your coin. So you'll be informed to lock all your BNB. So you lock your BNB, then they calculate the average of the BNB holding you have during the 7 days, and then they give you a little percent according to the amount of BNB you have. So the more BNB you have locked up, like the more BNB you hold in your spot wallet during those periods, the more the IEO coin they are doing at that time, the more you most likely get at that particular point in time. So let's just go through different coin and their different IEO and their different means of doing IEO. I have it in that article link that I sent to us. So some of the notable, let me share my. So some of the notable IEOs. Okay, I was talking about Binance Launchpad. Okay, there's a question. No, you can't. So they always give a rule. The coin has to be on your spot. It can't be on margin. Of course, they know a lot of people can actually easily use margin to increase the number of coin. No, it has to be on your spot wallet. And they won't tell you the time they will take a snapshot. So I will explain what snapshot is. So sorry. So by Binance Launchpad, the latest they did is League of Kingdoms. So there are a whole lot of other high yields too that have been done on Voxy, FC Porto, Lazio token, Beta token, and all the like. So they show the amount of coin that will be sold using Binance IEO, the launchpad. So the total coin offered is 50 million, and this is the number of the total participants and the total amount of BNB that was committed. So they determine the amount that will be shared. I don't know how they do the calculation. So this is the timeline, BNB holding calculation period. So after you've held your BNB, there's a place where you subscribe. So you go to the launchpad option on your Binance app. There's a launchpad option on Binance app. Let me try to open my Android emulator. So for those of us that are planning to hold a particular coin for a long time, I mean a particular exchange token for a long time, we can decide to probably just use some of these options sometimes just to be able to generate little coin from some of this coin. Yeah. So after they've calculated the 7 days period, there will be a box for you to subscribe. So kindly mute your mic, please. So so when you subscribe, you lock up all your BNB at that point in time. So you lock it up on the exchange, and it happens within a day, within the next 12 hours. So after you've locked it up, just make sure you don't forget to lock it up, because if it's still on your spot wallet, it won't be calculated. So you have to put it in the subscription box and lock it up. Now I'll show us that now. So you have to put it in the subscription box and lock it up. So after you've locked it up, then they remove the amount that will be the paid amount to buy that particular coin. It's always very, very low. You can see the sales price. The sales price of the last LaunchPad they did. The sales price is at, so they sold it at one beta for 0.0001 BNB, which is very, 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 very minute. So the least BNB you need to have in your wallet before you can qualify for this is 0.1 BNB, which is currently something around $30 or $40 right now. Yeah. So that's the least BNB you need to have before you can participate. So the amount they will remove at the end of the day is very, 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 very small and very, very low. So they can end up giving you how many beta coin? Let's say they can end up giving you something around 50 or 40, which the amount might not even be up to $5. So $5 BNB might be the amount that will be removed from your wallet for you to be able to participate. So you go to LaunchPad, go to Binance LaunchPad. So you go to Binance LaunchPad, then you see a place where you will be able to add up the coin. Yeah, so basically that is how Binance LaunchPad, that is how it works. I don't know why this is not showing. So there is also another option called Binance Launch Pool. So with Launch Pool, a lot of times coins that are already existing that they do Launch Pool for a lot of times. So the way it works is just very, very similar to LaunchPad. So you're expected to lock up a coin for a particular amount of time, just like you are staking the coin, so that you'll be able to get certain amounts of that coin at a particular period of time. So it can be 7 days, it can be 14 days, depending on the rules. So one of the ways in which you can benefit from this is to on notification for Binance or on notification on their Twitter account, because anytime there's a new launchpad, they'll always make announcements for it. And a lot of times, if you don't want to participate in the launchpad, you can probably just buy BNB during that time they will announce, because a lot of times, because more people need to hold that coin at that point in time, so you can probably just buy it. There's a possibility that it will go up within that period if the market is very, very good at that point in time. So I don't want us to dwell on on Binance only. So because Binance is not the only exchange that has IEO. So we have KuCoin too. So KuCoin has their own IEO. They call it KuCoin Spotlight. So they call it KuCoin Spotlight, and it's being used as a. Just give me a few minutes. Okay, thank you. So KuCoin Spotlight, I've not participated in KuCoin Spotlight before. I guess it has almost the same has almost the same version as that's almost the same option as Binance LaunchPad 2. So that's the link, KuCoin/Spotlight Center. So you need to on notification too for their announcement so that you know when they are planning to do a new launchpad. So I guess these are some of their launchpad, their spotlight coin that they've done over certain periods. So there is always details of that particular spotlight. So they give the details here. You see the details by the time you check the exchange. Okay, for their own in their own case, you need to run your KYC, so your account needs to be verified. Then your country has to be supported. I guess Nigeria is not part of the country. Sometimes they state the countries that are supported. Then you sign up a purchase agreement before you be able to qualify to participate in before you be able to participate in the spotlight. So you can see that individual ad cap. So the highest you can buy is 200 USD. So the highest you can, in order to be able to give opportunity for others to be able to participate. So the highest you can buy is $200. So here they stated the token allocation of this particular coin. One of those things you need to pay attention to, especially for initial DEX offering and launchpad, you need to pay attention to the token allocation so that you will know how much vesting, so that you will know the vesting period. So some people got in at seed levels. Seed level a lot of times are the VCs, the venture capitals, projects that are supporting them. So their own is they are getting 10% of the total coin, and they have a 2 years lockup. So 50% will be unlocked at year 2, with the rest vesting equally every 30 days over 4 months. Those that bought at private sale, they have the same, but you'll be buying at so people that are buying at public sale, it is fully unlocked. That means it doesn't have any vesting. People that are buying at IDO, fully unlocked. People that are buying at IEO, fully unlocked. So you'll be getting the total of your coin. But in some certain IEOs or IDOs, they will state it there that there will be vesting of a certain amount of time, and you'll be getting the money over a particular period of time. So you need to pay attention to that. So there is FTX launchpad. FTX just finished a particular launchpad. I think Cycle PSY coin. So you need to have certain amounts. So these are the different IEOs that happened on FTX exchange. We have FTT, Serum, Eget, Upvote, Bonfida, and a whole lot of others. So so to participate in FTM's IEO, I think you need to hold 150, at least 150 FTM. So these are some of the ways in which, so you need to lock it up for a particular amount of time. They will send the details to your email. They'll send the details of the IEO to your email. If you subscribe to getting information about announcement of FTX, so they will send the details to your inbox, and you get a lot of all the details about that particular IEO. So a lot of them have to deal with you completing your KYC. That's your customer policy. You need to put your passport and all the other details that they need there. So to verify that you are the one, and to make sure that one person is not participating using 2 different accounts, then you need to stake a particular amount of FTX or the token. A lot of times it's always the exchange token you need to stake. So for Binance, you need to stake BNB. For KuCoin, it has to be KCS. For Gates startup offering, it has to be Gatecoin. For MX Exchange, it has to be MX Coin. For OKEX, it has to be OKX. Then for FTX, it has to be FTT coin. And also there's also Wobi Prime LaunchPad, but it's currently inactive because they're having issues with regulators in China. So having talked about IEO, so another option of IEO is IDO. IDO is something similar to IEO. The only difference is that IDOs happen on centralized exchange. So instead of going through Binance and the likes, all of this happen on the usual decentralized exchange. So you various option of that is Pancake Swap. On Pancake Swap, there will be some time maybe Pancake will make the announcement. So you have to stake your cake over a particular period of time in order for you to be able to participate, or a particular amount of Pancake Swap coin before you be able to participate in that particular IEO. I mean IDO now. So there is also Radium Accelerator. Radium Accelerator happens on Solana exchange. I mean on Solana coin, Solana blockchain. So you need to, before now, it's something that it's always very lucrative before now, because you'll be able to get the coin. But right now, some of these things don't actually give as much value as they should give again. So it is Radium Accelerator. So you need to stake your coin over a particular period of time, or you need to stake a certain amount of Radium. That's Ray. That's the token on Radium decentralized exchange. So you need to stake it over a particular period of time before you'll be able to participate. So you need to stake it for, let's say, 7 days or a week or 2 weeks, depending on the time stated. And then you need to stake it before you'll be able to participate in the IDO. So there is also BSC. So there's Pancake Swap, there's Radium Accelerator. All of these fall under initial DEX offering. And then there is those that are called LaunchPads. So LaunchPads are for tokens that are not decentralized applications, but let's say a particular startup in which they use the ecosystem token of that particular LaunchPad. For example, Solanium now. So you need to lock up a certain amount of Solanium before you be able to participate in their LaunchPads. So you need to stake their coin is SLIM, SLIM. You need to stake it before you be able to participate, and then they go through a particular option called whitelist. So after you've staked the coin, they also have whitelist. So whitelist is to be able to know which participants will not be able to participate in that particular IDO. So they have a lot of rules and regulations before you can be picked. So for some of them, it's not as if it's a sure allocation. So that you stake the coin doesn't mean you have a sure allocation to be able to buy the coin. So they have different rules. So for some of them, it is always very easy at the onset, like when they are just getting started, when the platform is just getting started. A lot of times, the moment you start getting to 2 months, 3 months, this particular, the coin that will be getting listed the coin that will be having LaunchPad or IEOs on this platform will most likely not be worth it again. Like by the time you calculate the staking, the amount you'll be getting at the end of the day, it might not be worth it again. But these are some options in which you can earn cryptocurrency without trading. So yeah. So another option through which you can earn cryptocurrency without trading is after IEO Launchpad. Another option in which you can earn cryptocurrency is through airdrops and bounty. So these are some of the IEOs and IDOs that we have. So yeah. So another option through which you can earn cryptocurrency is through airdrops. So airdrop is just a way to distribute coin without people buying them or selling them. It's a marketing strategy. So for a lot of coin, they don't want to go through the process of IEO, IDOs. They just want to find a way to familiarize themselves with the market and be able to get listed on the exchange. So what they do a lot of times is just start up as airdrop. So it's a marketing strategy. By the time they give a lot of people the coin for free, maybe they give them a certain percent of the coin for free. then more people will be able to come into the ecosystem and be able to buy, probably because they see that the airdrop given to people is already increasing. Maybe they give you 10 BNB, 10 amounts of their coin now, let's say 10, the value is 10. And at the point of, okay, for example, Uniswap coin was given as an airdrop. So when it was given, I think, I can't remember the amount of Uniswap coin we were given then, maybe 25 or so. At the point it was distributed, the coin was worth $2.5 per one. And over time, the coin started increasing. So this will make more people to want to buy that particular coin and hope that that particular coin value increased over time. So there are various types of airdrops. So there is the standard airdrops, and there is bounty, there is exclusive airdrop, and then there is holders airdrop. So standard airdrops are the airdrops whereby they tell you to probably sign up for a particular newsletter, or they tell you to fill a particular form. So they tell you to fill a form, retweet a particular tweet, join their community, and then you put your details. And then you put your details in the form before you be able to qualify for their airdrop. So this happens a lot of times. You input your email and then your wallet address before you qualify for their airdrop. Before now, that was a very, very big thing, as I said earlier in the class. But right now, very few airdrops that follow this process. Very, very few of this coin get listed on exchange or have a very, very good words at the end of the day. So it's just few of them that has a very, very good words at the end of the day. So there's also airdrops that are called bounty airdrops. So with bounty airdrops, they expect you to probably tweet about them, or write a particular content and submit it to the community, or help them translate. Maybe for those that know French or Spanish, maybe they are trying to penetrate the Spanish market or the French market. So if you know how to probably write in other language, you can just help them translate their current article into other article, and you get a particular amount of their token for free. And also it could be in form of probably you working as a community manager for them. Probably you are helping them monitor their community, and then you get certain amount of their coin for that. So that is an example of bounty airdrop. And there's this particular site now, where they offer people different bounty options now. So crypto. So these are some of the bounties, and so they have certain conditions. There are certain things you have to see. So at a point, they have a bounty for Ohms coin, Olympus coin. So you have to give awareness about this. You have to write a blog about this before you earn that particular token. So we have various bounty options like that. You just need to be able to probably do a research, maybe on Twitter, to be able to get some of these bounty options. So there is also the most popular one right now is airdrop for holders. So the way it works is that you need to be holding a particular coin before you get that particular airdrop. For recently, certain people that are holding, let's say, Atom, and staking Atom coin on using a particular Atom wallet, not on exchange now. So a lot of all these holders coin, a lot of them don't happen on exchange, but for some of them they happen on exchange, and they make announcements of the exchange sites that will be supporting their airdrop. So what is expected is that you are holding the coin in their custodian wallet, that's the native wallet of that particular ecosystem, or you are holding it on an exchange site that is supporting the airdrop. So when you hold it, there will be a particular point where they will take snapshots. So snapshots is just like taking a screenshot of users that are holding that coin at that point in time. So they keep there's a particular record. So they take a snapshot of every wallet that is holding that particular coin at that particular point in time, and then they distribute the airdrop to them after the time is over. One recent holders airdrop that happened recently is for people that are holding OMG. So if you're holding OMG on Binance, then you get a certain amount of BOBA coin, BOBA coin. So these are some of the oldest airdrops that are happening right now. I mean, some of the various airdrops that are happening right now. There is also some that whereby you have to stake a particular coin, and then they take a snapshot, and then you get a particular amount of another coin when they want to do airdrop. So they can decide to do airdrop for people holding, let's say there was a time they did airdrop for people holding Solana. They did this COPE airdrop, and then people that were holding certain amount of COPE also got certain amount of airdrops like that. So all of these people always make announcements before some of these things happen, or for some coin they don't make announcement at all. They just tell you that certain airdrop will be given to people holding a particular coin or a particular amount of that coin. So there is also ad fork coin. So I made mention of this in one of the classes. I can't remember that particular day. So ad fork coin is so let's say particular coin they are trying to move to, they're trying to develop an improved version of that coin, and they want to move from that particular network that coin is using. A typical example of this is Bitcoin Cash or Ethereum Classic. So at the point of ad fork, they give every holder of the previous coin of, let's say, Ethereum, they give them the new coin, Ethereum Classic. So you still have your Ethereum, and then you get Ethereum Classic. So it might be 1 to 2, or it might be 1 to 3, or 1 to 5. That means for every one Ethereum you are holding, you'll be getting 5 Ethereum Classic. So it can be 0 to 1. I mean, it can be 1 to 0.2, depending on the ratio they want to give it. This is not very, very popular. But before now, we've had Bitcoin Cash, we've had Ethereum Classic, and a whole lot of other ad fork coin that happened. So you get the new coin, and then you still retain the old coin, so you'll be able to sell. So another example of airdrops is exclusive airdrops. So there are certain exclusive airdrops for probably if you use a particular ecosystem chain, maybe you complete a transaction, or you complete a certain amount of volume of transaction using their project or their product. So a lot of times these exclusive airdrops always happen with projects that popular projects without coin. So an example of popular projects that it's looking like it's going to have a potential coin is MetaMask. That's MetaMask exchange extension. So I mean wallet extension. So there's a possibility, there's a speculation that there will be MetaMask coin, and the mode in which the airdrop will happen, no one knows, but there's a possibility that you have to complete a swap using their swap option, this is their exchange swap option, before you be able to qualify for that particular airdrop. So they expect you to swap one coin to another. Sometimes, because a particular coin did it recently and they've changed the way in which people can get the airdrop. So before now, what you just need to do is probably do maybe 1 or 2 transactions using their product, or a particular coin changed the mode, they decide to calculate the volume. So depending on the volume of coin of transaction you're able to complete, that will be dependent on the amount you'll be getting. So this has changed the face of how other new project have been distributing their airdrops. So if you go to DeFi Llama now, if you go to DeFi Llama, there is a particular point where they showed potential airdrop coin. So what you need to do is you need to interact with some of these protocol before. So these are some of the protocols. It's not like there's a sure airdrop for interacting with all of these protocol, but it's just, you can see it's the tokenless protocol that may airdrop. So these are some of the protocols that have not done airdrop yet. So they expect you to be able to interact using their protocol, and this might qualify you for an airdrop in the future. Yeah. So So another means through which you can earn token without through which you can earn token through which you can earn token without trading is through referrals. So you can copy your referral link maybe for an exchange and you get a particular percent, a particular commission. For example, if you use my exchange link now for Binance exchange link, so if you use this exchange to register your account, we get to share 10% of the volume of there's a particular way they distribute the amount. So of the total volume of transaction you do on that your account, I get 10% of a certain amount, and you also get 10%, 10% also. So it's actually 20%. I decide to share it 10%. So using some of these referral links to open accounts, different exchange sites have different referral policies. So you can also get tokens. You can also get small tokens using some of these options. So another token option too, where you can get airdrop, which is certified, and I've tried it over time, is CoinMarketCap. They have this option where they call N. They have this option where they call N. So there is an option to get crypto tokens by just watching videos or completing a particular quiz. A lot of this is because CoinMarketCap is owned by Binance. So a lot of this needs you to have a registered Binance account and also to have a registered CoinMarketCap account. So you create a CoinMarketCap account, you have a verified Binance account, then you'll be able to what you just need to do is to answer certain questions and fill your Binance account to it. And before you know it, in the space of 2 or 3 months, they do the distribution of this particular coin and you see it in your Binance wallet. I think I've gotten for Sand, I've gotten for GRT, I got 10 GRT. Some of these coins might be, their value might be very, very low. I got a certain amount of Sand, and by the time Sand was increasing, I think it got to something around $50. So these are just a few ways in which you can earn cryptocurrency. Through which you can earn cryptocurrency without trading. Having said that, so let's move on to NFT, GameFi, and Web3 and Metaverse. So let me just quickly explain this. A lot of us have seen the old hype around the NFT ecosystem. NFT is the next thing. NFT is this. You need to buy certain NFTs and the likes. I know this can be probably overwhelming a lot of times, and we need to know how some of this thing works before we can be able to earn from it. A lot of the things we hear are just speculations. They are just speculative values a lot of times. As much as there is a lot of buzz around that ecosystem right now, a lot of what it is about is just the noise and just speculation around it. So someone recently sent me a link of a particular friend of his who owns some certain NFTs. So he listed some certain NFT on OpenSea. He was asking why the guy has not made sales from the NFT. So I was trying to explain to him one of the ways through which people make sales from NFT. You don't just create, because people don't just buy your NFTs because the NFT is very, very fine or it looks very, very abstract. No, a lot of times what happens with people buying NFTs has to do with people that have very, very large communities. So I'll be talking about this. So NFTs are called non-fungible tokens. So unlike the typical tokens that we have, the typical BNB and every other coin that we have, they are called fungible tokens because I can own BNB, you can own BNB, like different persons can own BNB at different points in time. But for non-fungible tokens, yeah, 2 persons cannot own the same NFT. Okay, because that particular NFTs are created in such a way that they have unique ID, they have unique value. So if I'm owning this particular NFT, another person cannot own that same NFT, except probably I sell the NFT to the person. That means I'm giving the person the ownership of that NFT. So NFT has a unique value, a unique property. Each NFT, they have a unique property. So a particular project can decide to sell certain NFTs in sets, that is different types of their NFTs. You can decide to sell it in, so that's when you see they have 1,000 NFT to sell. But each of those NFTs, they don't have the same properties. So that is basic explanation around NFTs. And NFTs can be used in different areas right now. We have the use case of NFTs in the music sector, whereby a particular artist can decide to create his song. I think this guy did it recently. Kanye West. Kanye West did it recently, whereby people that have certain he gave certain people he gave certain people what did they access to listen to his song early before other people were able to listen to it. So it can be in the form of people that own certain NFTs will be the people to be able to listen to certain songs. So it could be in that format. It could be in the format whereby before you be able to join a particular community, you need to own certain NFT. So this is what happened with people that own Bored Ape, one of the most costly NFTs right now. People that are owning Bored Ape or CryptoPunk, all of those. So they create a community around those NFTs, whereby people that before you can enter their community, you need to be an owner of one of their NFTs. So it's like an access into the community. So another use case of NFT could be in ticketing form, just as I've explained, whereby for you to be able to gain access to certain events, you need to own their NFTs before you'll be able to gain access to those events. So one of the ways in which NFT is we're able to differentiate NFT from what we have currently in the current world is NFT are very, very unique. No two NFTs are the same, but a copy of file like MP3 and JPEG is the same as the original. So I can decide to have a particular MP3 and send it to another person. It's not unique. But for NFT, I can't send my NFT to another person. Like the value on my NFT is not the same value, even though you snap. Let's say, for example, a lot of people are putting Bored Ape or some of these NFTs as their profile picture, but they are not the owner of those NFTs. They don't have the same value. You can own the JPEG, like the picture value, but you are not the owner of the token value of that particular NFT. So no two persons can have the same NFT because they are unique. Also, every NFT must have an owner, and this is of public record and easy to verify. So you can easily verify the owner of this particular NFT. All you just need to check is to check the address linked to that NFT. So I can't say I own this NFT if I don't own the address linked to that NFT. Or I can be shouting that I own this NFT, but if I don't have the address, the wallet address linked to that NFT, I'm not the owner of that NFT. As it just may be. So these are just some of the different these are some of the different differences between NFTs and the internet of today. These are some of the differences. Sorry. So these are some of the different differences between NFT and the internet of today. So these are the various use cases of NFTs. NFTs being used in music industry, virtual land, metaverse, in buying metaverse. NFTs being used in license, in social media space. Recently, there's the news that Twitter will incorporate option to be able to sell or to be able to display some of the NFTs you own on their website. Also, NFTs being used, ENS, that is domain. Your wallet domain is also an option, is also a use case of NFTs. So we have a lot of different use cases for NFTs in the world today. But But what I'll be particular about is some of the details. Okay, so NFTs being used in digital art as collections, music, videos to get real items, invoices, legal documents, and the likes. So, one of the now the next question will now be, how do I buy NFTs? How do I get to buy NFTs? How do I meet them? How do I make money from owning NFT or from transacting NFTs? So this is how NFT works. Just like IEO, IDOs, the same way they work too. So when a particular project is about to probably create their own NFT, they make an announcement and then they create a whitelist. So a whitelist is like a list of people that will be able to participate in the sales of that NFT mint. So to get an NFT, they call it minting NFT. You mint it the same way they mint money. So you mint an NFT by paying certain amount of money to be able to participate in NFT sales now, before you be able to participate in the NFT sales. So they call it minting. So you mint the NFT. So various NFT projects have various instructions before you be able to mint the NFTs. So one of those things you need to check out before you mint any NFT, because right now the way the NFT market is right now is it is very, very saturated. Like we have a lot of NFT projects up and down, like different NFT projects coming up every day. People mint them, they mint them for certain amount of money, and then by the time they get listed, the value has dropped, and a lot of people are losing money from NFTs. So that was why I said NFT right now, a lot of NFT values right now are speculative values. So before you decide to mint a particular NFT, or you decide to buy a particular NFT, make sure they have a very, very strong community. The core of buying or selling any NFT, or the core of the value of an NFT, is based on how strong their community is. Bored Ape or CryptoPunk, the reason they are very, very popular right now is because they have a very, very large community backing that particular NFT. So let me quickly check the price of Bored Ape right now. So they call it Bored Ape Yacht Club. So they have a community, and they have a total of 10,000 unique Bored Ape. So it is only 10,000. It can be more, it can be less. Okay, so Bored Ape, this is their website, this is their Discord and IG. So Bored Ape price now, the lowest Bored Ape price right now, it is 84 Ethereum. I think Ethereum is around 2.5 now. Ethereum should be around 2.5 now. So the lowest amount of a Bored Ape right now is 84, and there are like 6.2 thousand owners. There are 6.2 thousand owners of Bored Ape right now. So I want to calculate how much that is. So Ethereum currently is 2,400. So for you to be able to buy one Bored Ape right now, so one Bored Ape right now is $204,000 right now. That's the minimum. That's the minimum. There are some that their bid are much more than that. So these are different Bored Ape, and these are different sales that happened recently. So this one happened 11 minutes ago, and the person bought it for 95 Ethereum. So as I was explaining, you need to check the community around that particular NFT. And a lot of NFTs right now, because we have a lot of people just copying the same pictures that are been and just putting it on NFT marketplace. A lot of them end up being shit. Like a lot of them, you can mint them for, let's say, 1 Ethereum or 0.5 Ethereum, and the floor value, that's the minimum value you'll be able to sell at that point. By the time they get listed, might be 0.01, means you are losing a lot of money. So before you decide to mint, or before you decide to buy a particular NFT, make sure you check a lot of details around it and know. So NFT is, the value of NFT is surrounded around the value that particular token will give you. So the value of Bored Ape is that they have a particular Discord group, a community, just like the usual polo club that we have now, whereby you have certain access, you have access to certain information because you are a part of that particular group. So these are some of the things that these NFTs, these are some of the things that they give. Also, for example, Bored Ape and CryptoPunk now, right now, they give a particular, a kind of prestige among holders. So we've seen a lot of athletes. I think Serena Williams recently just got a Bored Ape. Neymar just got one. So it gives a certain prestige that, okay, I'm also the owner of this particular NFTs. So NFTs is not just limited to all this Bored Ape. There are some NFTs that are of very, very low value, and they have a lot of community value among them of what they are planning to do or what they plan to do. So you need to check, you need to do a lot of research around, their community to know if it's worth minting or worth buying that particular NFT. So in NFT, there's two markets. There's the primary market and the secondary market. So primary market is when you mint the coin. So when you mint the coin, you are buying at primary market. But secondary market is after the coin has been minted, the people owning the coin, the owners of the coin the owners of the NFTs can decide to sell it. So like this Bored Ape now is on secondary market. So an example of a secondary marketplace is OpenSea. And recently we have LooksRare. LooksRare is also an example of marketplace, NFT marketplace. These are NFT marketplace on the Ethereum chain. So these are some of the recent these are marketplaces, Ethereum, NFT marketplace on Ethereum, on Ethereum network. Also, another thing you need to know, so that's the difference between primary and secondary market. So secondary market is you buying it on after it has been listed, after it has been minted. So there's something called floor price. So floor price is, okay, is Ethereum the only blockchain that can hold NFT? No. So there are different networks that have their own NFT secondary markets. But right now, because of the way the market is right now, a lot of NFTs on other blockchain, because they have a very, very low gas fee. So it is easy for someone to mint a particular airdrop, a particular NFT now, to mint it for, let's say, $100 and decide to list it on secondary market for $50 or $40, which means the person will be making a loss. Unlike Ethereum, before you say you want to mint a particular NFT on Ethereum, you have to think twice because you have to think about the gas fee you'll be spending. So a lot of times, NFTs on Ethereum chain are always much more valuable than NFTs on other chains. So the other chains have their own marketplace. For example, Solana happens to be more like the second network that has a lot of volume around their marketplace now. So there is Magic Eden. There's Magic Eden marketplace on Solana. There is Solana C, Sol C. So these are some of the marketplace on Ethereum. On Solana rather. So these are some of the. This is a marketplace on Solana. So I was trying to explain floor price now. So the floor price of NFT is the lowest amount you can buy the NFT. So I have an NFT, you have one, we have different NFTs because these NFTs, they have their own unique value and they have their own unique rarity. I will explain that. They have their own unique properties. Because they have different properties, I can decide to sell my own 1 Ethereum. You can decide to sell your own 1.5. Another person can decide to place the price he wants to sell his own 10 Ethereum. So the minimum amount that NFT sets, like the minimum amount of that NFT set is the floor price. So for example, the example I just gave now, the floor price of that NFT set will be 1 Ethereum because I want to sell it at the lowest price, which is one Ethereum. Anybody can decide to put a certain price, can decide to put out his NFT for any price. There's no minimum amount or maximum amount you can put it. You can decide to put it for 100 Ethereum. It's now dependent on how valuable that NFT is and who is ready to buy that NFT at that point in time. So that is what gives value to your NFT. So I can decide, so for this soul chicken now, the floor price, that's the minimum soul chick you will see. The minimum price is 9 Solana. This mega million, the minimum price you will see is 3.7 Solana. That's the minimum you will see. This flippies, the minimum you will see is 1 Solana. So there are different amounts that different persons decide to list their own Solana NFTs for. So as I said, always make sure you read the details and you know what value that particular NFT is creating before you decide to buy that NFT. And also that a particular NFT is that the price of that NFT is very, very small, doesn't mean that it will be valuable. So it doesn't mean that it will be valuable. So before you be able to buy, if you want to buy at the secondary marketplace, what you just need to do is to connect. So after you've connected your wallet, you just need to go and select the particular NFT you want to buy. This is a board ape on Solana. They are trying to copy the same innovation that is happening on Ethereum. So that was what brought about board ape on Solana. So board ape Solana. So you can see that this one is listed for 14 Solana. So it's listed for 16. So it's listed for 8.5. But the floor price is 7. So I can just search by low to high. So I can, these are the ones that are listed for 7 Solana. So I can just search from low to high and just buy. So I'll click it. I can decide to make an offer, maybe an offer lower than this. And then that will be left to the seller to decide to sell it to me. But if I want to buy it straight on, because the owner is listing it at 7.2, so 7.2 so is like it's something around $700. So the owner is listing it around that price. So I can decide to buy it. For $700. I decide to now relist it for whichever amount I want to sell it for. So these are, let me check if I still have some NFT. So this is a particular NFT I minted. I minted this particular NFT for 2 Solana. I think Solana was still around $150 or $200. I mean $200 then when I minted it. But right now, the floor price of this particular NFT is now 0.15. Imagine the amount I've lost on it, but I'm still holding it anyways. I just left it in my wallet. Yeah. So when the reason I minted it then was because there was the NFT wars around that time. There was a lot of noise around NFT. I think I have close to like 3. I've sold some. So there's a lot of noise around it as at that time. So at that time, what you just need to do is mint the token. If you're able to mint the NFT, in fact, at the point of minting, a lot of people don't get the NFT. Like certain people will not be able to mint it because at minting time, it might just be within 30 seconds. Like total sale will happen within 30 seconds or 1 minute, as the case may be. So, but right now, the noise around NFT has reduced a bit, except for NFTs in the Ethereum space. So that you are just seeing pictures or a particular NFT on Twitter doesn't mean you should mint it. So you need to read the details of that NFT and know what the community is about, and know the details around the community, and know how beneficial it will be for you buying it before you try to mint or buy that particular NFT. So metadata, the metadata of an NFT is the properties. It's just the properties of that NFT that makes it very, very unique. So one of the properties of NFT is the rarity, how rare that NFT is. So if I select this NFT now, I'll be able to see some of its attributes that is different from others. So these are some of the, so for some, also for some NFTs, they have royalties. They have sell-on royalties. So if I'm owning this NFT now, let's say, for example, I decide to sell this NFT. If that NFT has a sell-on royalty, it means for everybody, for every resale that is happening, the original owner might be getting, let's say, 10% fee or 20% fee, as the case may be, depending on how it is listed. So different NFTs have these different royalties that is being given for them. Yeah, so I was explaining the rarity. So this particular one has this option. There's always a rarity chart whereby they talk about how rare your NFT is. So how rare your NFT is determines other NFT in that collection or in that set that don't have that particular features. So this one has cracked egg, blue background, Boiti, black dragon, angel crown, red mask, tired eyes. So if I go to this solar gun collection now, this the collection. So if I select another NFT now, this NFT will have a different attribute. It has mimi egg, purple background. So these are what they call rarity. So there's always a rarity chart that shows the details of that NFT and how rare that NFT is. So sometimes this is used to buy. So people that want to buy on secondary markets, a lot of times they look for NFTs that are very, very rare, that has rare attributes, and decide to buy them because they have more resale value than those that don't have rare attributes. As I said, all this still has to do with the community and what the community is about. So I explained snapshots. So also, another reason why you might be owning an NFT might be probably that particular NFT might decide to tokenize the NFT, whereby they give a token to every holder of the NFTs, and they can decide to do a snapshot at the point when the owner still owns that coin. So as I said the other time, snapshot is just a screenshot of the current owner at that point in time. So that is all around NFTs, like buying and selling NFTs. So a lot of details you need to know about NFTs will most likely be gotten from Twitter, because that is where a lot of so in my Twitter list collections, I'll try to add up. I've tried to add up one guy that I've seen talking about NFTs. So certain people give certain educational details around NFTs and certain NFTs that you can decide to mint. So you can just check them up, and also make sure you do your own research and check out the details of that NFT before you decide to mint that NFT, so that you don't decide to mint an NFT just like me for 2 Solana, and the floor price over time now is now 0.15. Yeah. So after I haven't talked about NFT, there is also GameFi scene. That is just like decentralized finance. So we now have game finance right now, and it's one of the buzzwords that we've seen go around, especially towards the third and fourth quarter of last year. So GameFi majorly has to do with play to earn games. It's just like our typical, our traditional games, the same way we play Super Mario, the same way we play real football. But in play to earn games, it happens in a very, very different format, whereby you earn token for playing that game. So now, let's say for example now, real football, I don't think there's anyone that has done a play to earn game, a football play to earn game. So let's say for example, real football now, we have different players, and no two players are the same. So each player can serve as an NFT asset, whereby each player is an NFT, whereby certain persons can decide to own certain players. So I think this will most likely happen very soon. We might see someone using this particular idea to create a particular play to end game, whereby every player has since every player is unique, so every player has a price tag and their rarity, and then a particular person can decide to own a particular player, and I can decide to lend my player in the marketplace for other people to be able to use for certain price, to be able to use them to play to end game and be able to earn a certain amount. And then the player of the game gets a reward, and I, the owner of the NFT too, can get a reward at the end of the day, since I'm lending the player. So I'm learning the player in the marketplace. This is not a thing yet, but I think it's something that will come up very, very soon. I think it's something that will come up very, very soon. Yeah. So we have a lot of play to end games. It can come in form of Mortal Kombat, all these fight games, whereby each player buys up assets. They can buy up the sword. All of those swords are NFT collections that you buy up in the marketplace. They can buy up the swords, the bag, or whatever, the elements, whatever it is that the player needs to play with. And then the player plays the game and then gets, depending on how long or how much, how long the person wins, or how much the person has played the game, depending on how long the person has played the game rather, and how many times the person has won, then that's dependent on how much the person will be earning. So the person earns in the native currency of that particular game. But right now also, play to earn games are also in their very, very speculative form. So last year, I think these are some of the things that is actually affecting the markets too, and is causing a dump, because last year we saw a lot of saturations in the market of meme coin, and also we saw a lot of saturations in the market of play to earn games. So because a lot of people knows that some of these terms are new terms and they are printing money for people, so a lot of tokens just decide to come up and they will say they are a play to earn game or they are gamified token, and they end up not having any game at all. They just create a speculative value around it for people to be able to buy, and then they make money and then they leave the project. So this GameFi sector is still in its early stage, and but for now we have Sandbox, decentralized. Sandbox, and I think there are two. Sandbox has one, and then Mana, yes, decentralized land, Decentraland. They also have a GameFi, a play to earn game. So play to earn is simply you playing the game. Play to earn simply means you playing the game and earning a particular currency of that game. You earning a certain currency of that game, and then in which you can resell over time. So what you just need to do is to connect your wallets. I think Decentraland is on, it's not a game yet. I think this one is Metaverse. So you just need to connect your wallet and complete some certain transactions, and then you'll be able to buy some certain assets, gaming assets, and you'll be able to play the game and all the like. So that is that's basically how GameFi tokens, how they work. So the more you play, the more you earn profit. So before you decide to enter into a particular GameFi token to say you want to buy and use it to play, make sure you read a lot of details around that particular project before you decide to buy them. So having talked about GameFi, another thing that has been there has been a lot of talk around is Web3. So we've had a lot of projects now coming out and now attaching Web3 to their name. So you see everyone talking about Web3. So what's Web3? So at the initial stage of World Wide Web, when World Wide Web was created, there's this version of World Wide Web that was Web 1. So Web 1.2 only has to do with a certain age whereby website only has this read-only function. You can only read, you can't interact, you can only read all the details. So those were the evolution, those were the states in which websites, World Wide Web was around that point. I think this can be around, before the boom, economic boom then, I think 2000 or something. So the first version of web we had then was Web 1. So over time, there had been an evolution of how World Wide Web is, and we moved to Web 2. And Web 2 has to do with where you will be able to read and write. And we have our social media where you can interact, you can read details, and you can also contribute and also write. So and the current state in which we are in the web world now is the Web 2, where we have our Facebook, our Twitter, where we have someone creating a particular platform, a centralized platform for us to be able to interact, read, and write. So over time, there has been an evolution of this, and right now we have Web 3. So Web 3 is a third stage in web evolution, whereby we're able to read, write, and execute. And we're able to have all of this in a decentralized form, whereby there is no central body owning some of these web applications. So Web3 has a lot to deal with the blockchain industry, whereby we have a lot of all these websites having blockchain interaction being connected to them. So for you to be able to interact with certain web pages, you have to connect your wallet. So instead of right now, if you want to log in into a site, you have to enter your email and you have to enter your password. But with the Web3 evolution, what you just need to log in with is your wallet, address. So an example of that is there's this site called mirror.xyz. And also a lot of decentralized applications right now, they are Web3 apps. So okay, mirror.xyz is like a blogging site, just like Medium and the likes. So if you have something you need to post, what you just need to do is to connect your wallet. It's currently on the Ethereum chain, so you just need to connect your wallet, and then you sign in. You don't need to pay a gas fee or anything. Just connect your wallet. So you're saying, remember me. So you connect your wallet and you sign in with your wallet only. Okay, this is not good. Kindly give me a few minutes. Yeah, sorry about the break. Yeah, so what you just need to do is just you need to sign in. So the moment you sign in, you have connected your wallet. You connected your wallet into that particular site, and you'll be able to interact and do any details. And because your wallet address is unique to you, there are no two persons that are using the same wallet address. So I can decide to create write. I can decide to do a crowd. So it has an option for crowdfunding. So you can decide to create a crowd fund, just like GoFundMe with your wallet, using this mirror.xxy. So you can decide to auction for something. You can try to create a magazine edition whereby people pay, or people, you create certain details around it. So, yeah. So this is an example of a Web3 website. So a lot of what Web3 has to do with is websites that enables interaction with the blockchain. So that's like the simplest example. That's the simplest explanations of Web3. So we have a lot of all these decentralized applications, our centralized exchanges that you have to interact with your wallet before you be able to connect with them. So these are some of the examples of Web3. Yes, of course. So Web3 still has a lot of things to do with the usual centralized, the usual Web2, the current Web2 we have, whereby you have all these accepting cookies and the likes. It has a lot to do with that. So it has certain things to do with that too. But the core of it is that you'll be able to connect, you'll be able to interact with that particular site using your wallet or using a blockchain transaction before you be able to interact with it. So that is just the core of what Web3 is. So after that, then another words that is being thrown around recently is the metaverse. We've had a lot of people talk about metaverse, metaverse this, metaverse that, and all the likes. So metaverse is just like it's still in a speculative form too. It's just like for some of us that have seen how augmented reality works, 3D, how augmented reality works. So metaverse is trying to make an idea whereby people will be able to connect virtually without being in the same location at that point in time. So they are trying to create a world whereby you'll be able to attend, let's say, a party. What you just need to do is create a particular unique version of yourself. They will host the party in a particular location online, in a particular virtual location online, and then you'll be able to go there, like attend the meeting, and it will be as if you are in that meeting. You are in that meeting physically. The same way for people that have tested this VR when you go to the cinema, if you've tested all this VR, the same way they work, whereby it will be as if you're having a live experience when you are putting on those elements. That is basically what metaverse is all about. That is basically what they are trying to achieve with the metaverse. So it's not as if it's something very, very special, but the reason it's getting a lot of buzz around it is because Facebook last year they saw a lot of opportunities and a lot of possibilities that can be happening with metaverse, and because of that they decide to want to be as if they decide to change their name to Meta. The reason they are doing that is so that you would think everything that has to do with metaverse started with Facebook. They are trying to be like the gatekeepers, or like looking as if they are the founders of metaverse. Metaverse has been a term that I've been hearing something around 2 to 3 years ago, right? And we've seen this happening in a lot of movies. But Facebook is just actually trying to place itself as a point of connection between every of the term called metaverse. And we saw a rise in a lot of metaverse coin, a lot of coins that tag themselves metaverse coin. A lot of them are not metaverse coin actually. They just decide to tag themselves metaverse coin and create a speculative value around it. So metaverse has a kind of link with NFTs, has a kind of link with GameFi tokens, because for some of them, by the time they get started, you need to buy assets. You need to buy assets before you be able to. So you need to buy assets before you be able to use some of this. To be able to go to some of these metaverse or go to some of these virtual meetings and the likes. So this is some of the sketchy details around metaverse. So it's an idea of a shared digital universe in the cloud created by imagined virtual spaces that are physically persistent together with augmented reality. So okay, another thing I think I need to explain too is the ENS, that is domain name, that's naming service, blockchain naming service. So right now, let me just explain the basic. Let me just explain the basics of domain naming service now, DNS. So right now, if you are trying to visit a site now, let's say for example Facebook, you just press facebook.com, right? But Facebook actually has an IP address domain, whereby it is okay. So Facebook has an IP address. So let's say, for example, 192.100.1.1, for example. Now it's probably an address of a particular website, but because it's not very easy for you to remember 192.10.1.1, so they decided to create a DNS, that's the domain naming. So that's where domain naming comes in play. That's why you have facebook.com, twitter.com. So the same thing also is now becoming applicable with wallet services now. So for example, your Ethereum wallet now, imagine me trying to make a transaction or trying to input my wallet address. There's no way I'll be able to remember this wallet address. There's no way I want to remember OX, E8, 8C, all of this. So that is where ENS comes in place. So with ENS is a domain naming service on Ethereum blockchain. So with ENS, you can easily link your wallet address to a domain name, which is a unique value. So let me go to Etherscan now. So I recently bought a domain. So the same, okay. So it makes you it makes you have a domain, for example, something like this, oladi.eth. It could be any of the names, it could be any name at all that you want to put there. So it will be .eth for Ethereum, or depending on the chain that particular naming service is on. So if I enter this now, it will show me the address. So this is the same OEX address that I just shared the other time. Is the same address that is linked to this wallet address. So I can easily check it up, which has the same value. Okay, I'll answer that, which has the same value as me checking up that address right now. So ENS, which is ENS.domains, is currently the domain naming service on ENS blockchain. And last year they gave certain amounts. They did an airdrop of their coin to people that purchased domain address on their website before the snapshot. So I think the snapshot happened sometimes around November or October. So they gave certain amounts of ENS to them, worth something around $4,000 or $8,000 around that time. I didn't get it because I didn't register for a domain name before that time. So what you just need to do is to connect your wallet and search for, let's say, search to see if that wallet you are trying to take up, search to see if it is still available. So if I click Oladi now, a notification will show me that it is unavailable. It's currently unavailable. So I need to search for another one. So let's say if I search Oladayo, that's a mistake. If I search Oladayo, so Oladayo is available, then I click it and then I register. Currently, the problem with buy domain name right now, so to buy this domain name, and it also has expiry, just the same way if you try to buy a domain on Namecheap or GoDaddy and the likes. If you are trying to buy a domain name, they have an expiry, registration expiry. So you can decide to have it for 2 years, 3 years. But if you want to have it for a year is just $5. But the problem right now is the problem of gas fee on Ethereum chain. So with gas fee, you'll be spending something close to $200 before you'll be able to get a domain name on Ethereum right now. So if I decide to want to register this domain name now, so it will bring okay, the gas fee right now is $9. Wow. So if I click this, I confirm this $9. There's another place I need to confirm certain things too before I'll be able to complete the transaction. So let me just try to buy it. So also, this is a domain name on Ethereum network. In that guide, I explain how to get Web3 domains for other networks too. So currently, I know of Ethereum, which is ENS. I know of Solana. Solana is Bonfida. So there is so I explained the steps in which you have to follow before you be able to own a particular ENS domain. So there is also unstoppabledomain.com. So with unstoppabledomain.com, they have certain domains that are available with your name. So they have .zil, .crypto, .coin, .wallet, .bitcoin, which you can attach your wallet address to and will be linked to your wallet. So these are the different options they have and the price you have to pay for all of them. Okay, so the Ethereum one is done. Okay. I have to wait for a few minutes. Yeah. So I'm explaining unstoppable domain. So I think unstoppable domain is a general domain that you can use, but certain scanners probably have not decided to incorporate it to their wallet service now. So these are the various ones I can decide to have NFT.dao and all the likes. So if I select this, I'll add it to carts and then continue to cart to be able to buy it. So you can decide to pay with your card, your usual bank card. You can decide to pay with your usual bank card, or you can decide to pay with a cryptocurrency. So you can decide to pay. So this is the checkout. I can decide to pay with a credit card, or I can decide to pay with a cryptocurrency, whereby they give you a wallet where you can send the money to. So pay with crypto. These are the various options. And pay with Bitcoin. This is the amount I have to send if I'm paying with Bitcoin anyways. $120, cash coin, Ethereum. Okay, and there's a notification that make sure you are sending from Ethereum. So don't send Ethereum from Polygon or from Binance Smart Chain. You have to send from Ethereum. So these are the various options that you can use to buy this particular token. My laptop has okay. Okay, how many Ethereum? Okay, I'm trying to. So for Ethereum service, this is just a naming service on Ethereum. So of course, you can only use this for addressing on Ethereum. So there might be different addressing on, okay, there's a different addressing on Luna. Luna, that is Terra. So Terra Luna has a different addressing system, TNS. So you can TNS.money, you can create, because Terra has a very, very different address. So Terra has a different address. Terra's address starts with doesn't start with the usual OX something something. So this is what Terra address looks like. So you search the name you want to use, and they will show if it's available. So what you just need to do is to link. So this is available, 16 USDT, that's $16, to be able to buy that particular domain. The gas fee is very, very cheap on this particular chain. So just submit the request. So let me go back to the Ethereum. So after I've registered, then I go to the next step to complete it. So there will be another gas fee charge for this. I think this should be the highest. Yep. So this is more like where I used to stop. I was able to do the last one. Anyways, I don't need this domain. So the estimated gas fee right now is $46 for me to be able to continue. Okay, that's even increased to 58 for me to be able to go to the next step. Well, I'm not doing that right now. I have a domain and I'm not waiting for an airdrop. Yeah. So this is how you are able to get your ENS domain. So what what all of this domain does create is easy access for you to be able to probably, if someone is trying to send money to you now, you don't need to start calling to your wallet. You don't need to start calling OX something something. You just need to call your domain and then give it to the person, and then the person will be able to easily send whatever coin the person wants to send to your wallet. So a lot of all this a lot of exchanges are already trying to incorporate some of these domain naming options in their wallet address, but it's still very, very new right now. So a lot of exchanges don't have that option right now, but in the space of 2-3 years, we have ability to be able to send or receive tokens using all of these functions on our exchange, on different exchanges. So if you check through the Web3 domain, you see the different the Web3 domain article, you see the different domain naming option. So for example, Bonfida is on Solana. So for Bonfida, it has a very, very different domain approach um, to the remaining naming service. So for them, what you have to do is, before you get a domain, you have to unction for the domain. So if I'm trying to create a domain on this particular naming service now, for Ethereum, I just type the name I want. If it's available, I pick it, and then I make payment for it, and that's all. But for this, they say they are trying to mitigate domain squatting, whereby people buy a particular domain of someone popular and decide to sit on it, so that when the person needs that domain, they will sell it to the person for high value. So that particular day, I tried to select tinubu.sol and it was still available. I'm not sure if it's still available right now. So you just have to search for the name of, you need to search for the name. Yep, you need to search for the name that you need. So the name is still available. So you click it if it's still available. You create a bid. So you need to bid before you own a domain on this particular naming service. So you bid, you type the amount you want to bid. So you type the amount you want to bid. So the minimum you have to bid is 1.69 Bonfida. So Bonfida is the FIDA, FIDA. So let's go to CoinGecko. So Bonfida is on Solana network. So whatever naming service you are getting will be for Solana, for your Solana wallet. So currently FIDA is 1.72. So you need at least, from that calculation, you need at least 1.69. So you need at least two FIDA. That's just $3, something around $5, before you'll be able to get a domain. So I just place a bid. I can just, okay, the minimum bid I can place is $4.4. Okay, I mean 4.4 FIDA. So I can decide to place a bid of 4.405 FIDA. So I submit the bid. I don't have FIDA in my wallet right now. So you can buy from all these exchanges and send it to your wallet. So after you've done that, you have something like this. You have something like all these domains. So this is the minimum bid. And then they do a countdown, 3 days, 72 hours countdown. So the tinubu.so that I have now, it has a 72 hours countdown. And at the point it reaches this level, the person that the highest bidder will be the owner of that domain. So I can decide not to bid, to place a bid on that domain, and then by the time it reaches 72 hours, if nobody placed a bid on that domain, then that domain will just go like that. If I'm the one that bidded the highest on that domain, then I will be the owner of the domain. So instead of trying to create a new domain and try to bid on it, for Solana, you can just decide to check out some of these domains that are here and check the one that is probably cheap for you to select, and then you select that domain. You can decide to select the domain and then become the highest bidder for the domain. Actually, domains around 123, all of these are very, very costly. But so instead of getting the costlier ones, you can decide to create yours. But instead of that, you can decide to you can decide to pay auctions for already existing auction domain. So if I select this interesting.so, or whatever the name is, I can decide to select this, then I'll place a bid. Or if I want to buy, you buy it now for this price. So I'll place a bid for it, and then if I'm the highest bidder, so the time will reset to 10 minutes. If I'm the highest bidder within 10 minutes and nobody challenged my bid, I'll be the owner of that domain. And Solana domain has an option where you can connect your Twitter address to your domain service. So if they are trying to send something to you on Twitter, maybe, for example, if there's going to be a giveaway, Solana related giveaway, you can just get it directly sent to your wallet because your domain name is linked to your wallet. So these are some of the various domain naming service that we have right now. So a lot of their use cases are still not actualized right now, but in the space of a year or two, we'll have some of these domain naming service becoming available for people to use, and a lot of use cases will be built around them in like 2 to 3 different 2 to 3 years from now. So there's also the near naming service. For now, on near, if you are trying to create a wallet on near, you will get your name directly, like you get a naming service. So for near, they don't have OX something something or codes together with figures now. Codes together with, it's not alphanumeric right now. They have their the naming service, like this is your name directly linked to that wallet straight up. So these are some of the various naming service that we have now in cryptocurrencies. So yeah, I think we'll have to stop here today. It's already going to 2 hours. So if you have questions, you can start dropping your questions in the chat box. So if you have questions around NFT, Web3, GameFi, Metaverse, and Web3 domain. So our final class will be tomorrow, where we'll talk about how to position yourself for Web3 jobs, asset management. I think I've talked about that in class already, but I'll explain further. I'll try to explain further how you can manage your crypto assets or your portfolio management, how you can manage the small amounts you have and be able to use it to buy coin, how you can be able to maximize buying when there is a dip, and how to create a strategy around your portfolio and be able to maximize your earning by trading and all of that. And also we'll have question and answer where you can ask questions and we'll be able to answer the question. Yeah, so we'll have that tomorrow, and I'm planning to open it up for everyone, even those that didn't pay for this class, since it's just the last class, and also so that they will be able to know what they are missing and probably be able to buy class, like buy the recorded version of the class. So yeah, so if you have any question, you can just put it in the chat box. You can just put it in the chat box. So if you have any question around IEO, IDO, LaunchPads, Web3, NFT. So if you have any question, okay. If you have any question, you can ask your question, or you can just unmute your mic and ask the question. Okay, so if there's no question, then we'll have to end this class right now. So I'll be uploading the class recording is available in the folder I created for this class. If you don't have the link, you can just message me so I can add your email address to the Google Drive and you'll be able to have access to the classes we've been having from the beginning. Now this will be the 6th class. So all the classes from day 1 is already available in the folder. And if you missed any class, you can check those folder and rewatch those the video of those classes. And if you have any question, you can always reach me. By next week, when this class is done, it will be easy for you to have an appointment, like a few 15 minutes to 10 minutes talk with me about anything that you think looks confusing when it comes to cryptocurrency and blockchain. So the last question someone asked was, how does it work on other blockchain? I think I've explained how naming service works on other blockchain. It's just that naming service you have on Ethereum cannot connect your wallet on Solana because they are different networks. So you need to create a naming service, a domain name on Solana wallets. On Solana network rather. So you need to create using Bonfida. So I've tried to explain. If you check the article, let me send the article link again. So if you check the article, here, you have access to all of this and check the NFT. Check the Web3 domain article option. So I've explained all you need to know about buying Web3 domains, like I explained for that. So yeah, thank you for joining this class and have a wonderful day. So our next class will be tomorrow, the same link, same time, 5 p.m. Um,